9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to DFW Roundtable Podcast, Texas' most powerful and entertaining podcast, bringing you the best and entertaining interviews from the industry's top music entertainers, sports athletes, and much more. So grab a seat and a cold one and watch, listen, and enjoy. And now here is your host, Ruben Campos.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of DFW Roundtable Podcast. And today we've got a very special guest who joins us all the way from the country music capital of the world, Nashville, Tennessee. It's with great pleasure to have him on the show. I've been dying to have him on the show, Mr. Romeo Vaughn. Romeo, thank you for being on, brother.
Hey, man, thank you for having me. My pleasure. For sure.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Romeo, like I said, man, huge fan, brother. Huge follower as far as from your music. More than anything, man, Matt, respect and love for you. For the love and sacrifice you've made for the music, man. This is. I hope a lot of younger kids that want to get into the music listen to this, and parents, if you have an opportunity, it's a great learning tool as well. When you have that drive and the determination, where it could get you, and here it is coming to us from Nashville, Tennessee itself. But that's not your roots, no, Romeo. You come to us from South Texas, brother.
Yeah, I'm from Santa Rosa, Texas, man.
The big city, bro.
Yeah. Ahí de ahí, salí yo from the Rio Grande Valley, Santa Rosa. De ahí salió Rubén Bella.
Yes.
Jesse Serrata, he lived there. Salió Jesse Turner, Signo. There's a lot of us, man. My Chris Ramirez, my cousin Majigo, he used to play with the Garcia brothers. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of us down there from Santa Rosa that, there's a lot of musicians down there. Back, like the saying in Santa Rosa is if you're not a musician, you're a truck driver.
Well, it's a fact, brother. It's a fact, and it's known to produce some great musicians. That little city has come out, and as you well know, Jesse and Signo during Awesome Men and carrying the torch on, which also leads me to this, brother. That's where really you began, right? You began your roots in Tejano, right?
Yeah, man. I was maybe 13, 14, and plus, Turner was, el primo, he was always there, but playing. But one time he came to, I think it was like the Miss Bush, Red Ribbon Week, how she started the Miss Bush, and First Lady Bush, que paz descanse. She did this, she started that Red Ribbon Week, and plus, they kept it on, and Turner came to play with Signo. Like, he had just started with Signo. I mean, he's been doing it forever. I mean, when he started Signo, he was already a legend in Santa Rosa, and because he's a prodigy, he's just an OG.
Right.
He played with Ruben Bella and Intento and all them. But anyway, so he was already an icon in our town when he started Signo. He came to play, and he does this act. He still does it now, just on a whole different level, where he like sings and like dances and like reggae, like whatever music type of genres. And for me, when I was younger, and still today, I love Michael Jackson. I've always loved Michael Jackson. So I was like a dancer, and I still am. Before I'm a singer, I'm a dancer, and so Lady Diana, she's she was the Santa Rosa barber, and she was there, and she's like, Turner was dancing. He goes, anybody want to come up and dance? And she's like, go, mijo, go. And I'm like, no. And I mean, she's like, go. If you go, I'll give you a free haircut for a year.
You like bet?
I was like, big bet. So I got on stage, and from that moment, Turner and I were inseparable.
That's crazy, man.
I went to his house. Now, we started practicing in the driveway, and then he took me on the road, and I know there's a lot of first things that I ever saw with that, and I mean, till today, we were in Florida, and I said, "Man, I want to tattoo George Street," and he's like, "Well, what the hell is George Strait doing for you? I don't know. I'm out here, trying to get you out there." And then I said, "Well, if you pay for it, I'll get signal." And he's like, "Sobres." And so I got it. Look, and
Vamos.
I still have it.
Oh, so you did get it, bro.
Yeah,
Órale. Yeah, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we started there with Turner, but then the I got older, so it wasn't cute no more,
Right.
Because he would come out, "Oh, this is my cousin," and I was little and I would dance, but it just wasn't cute no more. And well, we back in the day, I don't know if you know, like rock and roll James. He's the first person to ever do me an interview. I never did a radio interview in my life until then.
Wow.
And so he was him and Bonnie Hernandez. They had the Que Pasa morning show, 99.5.
Yep.
And pues en Donna, de donde viene Bonnie, a ella le tenían como un Bonnie Day. And in eso, they would bring the bands, like promoción, to go play.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that day, it was uh it was Signo, Jimmy Gonzalez, que paz descanse. Jimmy actually wanted me to go join Grupo Mas to play the Guido. And I remember he called me to the house and he's like, he asked my parents if I could go play with him with Mas, the Guido.
Wow. Yeah.
But I was in school, bro. Like my parents were not having it. And I didn't even know what the hell was going on. But anyway, it was us, Jimmy Gonzalez, Big Circo, Los Frijoles Románticos, que viene this Lucky Joe.
Lucky Joe. Yep.
And I think that was it. Well, Jimmy was a headliner. Well, I was dancing. Pues en eso estaba Alex Salinas, big boy, que paz descanse. And he was just watching me dance. And then when I got off the stage, he's like, "¿Qué onda, güey? No, hombre, bailas con madre, güey." He's from Matamoros.
Yeah.
But he got raised in Brownsville. But funny thing about Biggie, he had a dual citizenship, so he was Mexico and the U.S.
Got it.
So he was like, "No, and then, plus in that time, I was already transitioning from like what Turner and I were like, well, what are you gonna do, bro? Like, you're older now, like it's not the way it used to be 3, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be 18, 19, like,
Yeah.
And so that's when I was like, well, Alex called me for Big Circo. He's like, "I think that's a good opportunity. I think you should take it."
Perfect opportunity, man. Yeah.
Because with Turner, I would play the Guido, but I would just dance one song.
Oh, okay.
And I would just play the Guido, and then I would go dance the one song, and Turner and I had like a little routine,
Yeah.
and that was it. So he was like, "I think you should go because you'll dance all the time." And I was like, "Yeah, but I don't want to wear the makeup." And he's like, No, just do it." So I had to talk to my parents because I was still in school. I was like a junior in high school.
Estás chavalón.
And my parents were like, "Okay." So my parents got me homeschooled.
Okay.
So I could go with Big Circo. And that's when everything took off for me. Like, I mean, I didn't grow up like watching, there's my cat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her name is Emma Jean. I'll tell you the story about her in a little bit. I didn't grow up listening really to Tejano music. Only with my mom on Sundays when she would clean the house and stuff.
Right.
I was listening more to like country music and like hip hop music and bachata music because that's my favorite music, and just listen to all this stuff. And so when I didn't, and we also didn't like, we didn't watch Univision
Yeah.
and Telemundo and all that stuff. We watched like NBC, Saved by the Bell, and all that.
Right.
So that was my first time we had signed to Capital EMI, and we were gonna go to Miami to do promotion. And that's my first time ever on a flight on an airplane, and we were gonna go on Sábado Gigante, Despierta América, El Godo y la Flaca,
Damn, bro.
Don Francisco Presenta, all these things, and I
Ma-
had no idea what I was
What
like.
they were, what you were getting into. Yeah.
No, if are you kidding me? I would have taken pictures with all of them.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
But I didn't know,
Right, right.
and there was no cell phones like the way we have
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
And so anyway, we're Primer Impacto, like we're on that show. That's when it took like I afterwards, and then we went to Monterrey. We played at this Macro Plaza. It was 80,000 people, bro.
Jeez.
It was big us, Duelo, Ramon Ayala, Pesado, Los Reileros, Los Cadetes, Bronco. I mean,
Damn, bro.
like I didn't know
Mega.
mega pack, and I didn't know I was around them in the back because they're all stars,
Right.
but I didn't know they were stars.
That's
until
crazy, man. Yeah.
So I'm in the back, just chilling, and I don't even know Spanish at the time, and so I'm there hanging out, and I'm eating tacos, and Ramon Ayala sits next to me. He's like, "Tan chido los tacos, amigo," and I'm like, "Sí." He's like, I had no
No
clue
clue.
who this man was, you know?
That's crazy,
And
man.
so we're there eating, and I did I actually got a picture with Ramon Ayala. My mom has it. They like, there was one where you take the picture and it comes out, and then
Yeah, the
you like,
Polaroid.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have one because afterwards I found out, like, they were like, you know who you were eating tacos with? And I'm like,
I had
I don't
no
know,
idea.
some big ass man. They're like, that's Ramon Ayala. I was like, I was like, oh shit. Well, I gotta get this picture, you
Right,
know?
man.
So yeah, that's when it all started for me. We went everywhere, Monterrey, Calientes. We played everywhere, man.
That's
And
when it hit
that's,
big. No, because Big Circo, man, had a huge amount of hits, bro. Yo no
yeah, we had
fui, and
Yo
then
No
just
Fui, La Maquinita, La
La Máquina.
Endiablada.
Yeah, man.
And then he wrote a bunch of songs for everybody. Control. He wrote all of Control songs. And yeah, he wrote shit. Uh, I mean, I don't. I got in trouble for saying this, but I don't care. It's true. So he wrote that song Ay Papacito for Límite.
Límite. Yeah, man.
But uh this is the story that they gave me, that um AB had given him like $10,000, and well, that's a lot of money for a poor kid back then
Yeah, man.
for the song.
He
And
bought it.
then yeah, but then he wrote it and made the song
Eh,
went diamond and made millions of dollars,
Yeah,
and
bro.
all Alex got was 10 G's.
But for him, that was a lot of money,
That
right?
was a lot
Because
of money. That was a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
money. Yeah,
yeah,
he never before that he never seen that kind of money in his life. You
yeah.
know?
Pero te imaginas, bro, if he would have gotten some credit for that, man, how much more he would have made, man.
Yeah, but but that's where I got my start. I mean, we went with Pesado. I mean, dude, we were in Odessa, Texas, and we played with Los Tigres del Norte.
Damn, bro.
Like, and I knew who they were, but
Oh yeah, bro. So you got to experience what they call the tour life, man. You're hitting some big
yeah,
cities, some arenas,
yeah,
and so forth. No.
yeah, we were, man. We were. It was a cool time in my life. And, but that's when I was like, I want to do this forever. But I knew that I couldn't dance forever.
Right, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
And is it at that point, Romeo, that the flip switched and says, you know what, man, I got to do my own thing.
yeah, so I was like, I want to do my own thing. It's because I like the big circle thing when after the bus broke down, the band met, like it was a big mess, and the band split. I mean, we tried to bring different guys in because you wear makeup anyway, but
Right.
it just wasn't the same vibe. And so I was like, you know what? It's best that like I told Alex like, hey, I'm gonna like get out and on do my own thing. So then I try to do like the Tejano thing, but it just wasn't.
You
It
didn't
just
have a feel for it,
nah. It's like this, and then but all my life I played country music, but for my parents, for my dad, my dad loved country rolling, and he
right?
loved
Right.
he
I hadn't
loved
heard I hadn't heard that name in a long time, brother. Country
yeah,
Rolling,
yeah,
man. Yeah,
yeah, and my dad loved them and George Strait and all the guys, and I would play, and I was playing their songs, and then I was like, man, like I have something to say too. I'm tired of playing all these people's songs.
right.
And I wrote my first song. It was called Lonely Black Road. I don't remember how it goes anymore, but I just remember the title. But and then from there I was like, I'm never gonna stop, and I haven't stopped.
You haven't stopped, but
No.
it hasn't been easy, man. A lot of these newer artists that come in, they hit the first bump, and it's like, man, this is just too hard, man.
Yeah.
Odds are against me, man, and it's hard to compete, and they give up. No, but that wasn't the case for you, brother.
No.
You hit what we call rock bottom, no, and bounce
Oh
back.
yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that, man, because I think the one thing that really intrigued me, man, you've been through two big moves, man. I remember hearing about the one you had in New York, no, where you
Yeah.
show up and you're on your own, no?
Yeah. Yeah. So I get to New. My brother had a friend that lived in New York City, and he was like, "Hey, he'll come stay here with me." So I went to New York, but the guy didn't answer me. He left, like he didn't pick up when I got there.
He left
So
you
I
hanging,
was
in other words.
yeah, and I called my brother. My brother called him. The dude turned his phone off, and I never seen the dude since. I never even met the dude.
Damn, dude.
And my brother still hasn't talked to him since then. But so I was there by myself in New York City. I didn't know what the hell was going on. It was a big. It's a It's a concrete jungle. It's huge. Nashville is like a city block compared to New York City.
Yeah, yeah, man.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And
Oye, coming from Santa Rosa con más ganas, ¿no, bro? Estás
yeah,
hablando de...
bro. No,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I mean, I was like, hijo de tu pinche madre, like what the
Yeah.
hell am I gonna do? And I don't call my jefa or my jefe because I don't want them to worry. And I had like, I don't know, 250 bucks, $300 maybe at most. And plus that's you couldn't even get a hotel.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so there I was, man, I remember I went to this bar and I met this old man. His name is Bruce Mass. He's still alive. He's still my friend today.
Oh, that's awesome, bro.
And he said, like this Italian, they're all Italian dudes.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You look lost, kid." And I was like, yeah, I was crying. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Hell yeah, man.
I was in New York City. I didn't know what the hell. But I went to this bar because that bar, they had a sign that they had food.
Okay.
And um and it wasn't a bar like you think, like a New York City bar. No, it was like there was
Up a little dive.
horrible. It was called it was called Mama's. And um and this lady that owned it, Mama, she was from Greece. And so anyway, I'm in there and he's like, "Where you staying at?" And I looked at my bag and he's like, "You got nowhere to go." And I was like, I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, "Well, you can come. I stay a little out of the city. You can come and stay in my attic." So I went there, bro. You couldn't even stand up in the attic. You literally could just lay there.
Hey, pero
And
¿sabes qué, carnal? That's better than sleeping outside, no?
oh
Because
yeah, bro.
you had
Yeah,
roughed it
because
outside, no?
I roughed it outside for like a week.
Damn,
Yeah.
bro.
And so I mean, you could literally hear gunshot, like people, like murders, and
Yeah.
like you could
Sheesh.
see, like I seen people get shot in front of me, like, and just
Yeah.
hiding behind the dumpster because you don't want them to see that you saw because they'll
Right.
kill you too.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
so I was there. I was eating out of the garbage can. I didn't give a shit. I was hungry.
Yeah.
And but then I don't know, for some reason, I was just walking with my stuff and I saw that bar called Mama's. And I walked in there and I didn't have no money. And I think I had maybe like 20, 25 bucks left. That was just enough for the meal that day. And so he takes me to his attic. I'm like, and then he lets me shower. Oh my God, that was amazing.
Feels so good.
Ah, dude. Oh my
Yeah.
God. No te puedo decir cómo se sintió, like to shower in hot water. And then he fed me that night, and I was in his kitchen. And then so he said, hey, I have a nephew of mine named Eddie, who's still my friend today,
Damn.
uh, who owns a landscaping company. And I already called him. He's going to be here in the morning. We got a job. And so Eddie showed up at like 7:30, and I never forget. They're all Italians, but
Right. Right.
Eddie's like, like they go to the gym every day of their life. That's what they do. So he was like big,
Buff
and
guy.
oh, dude, super buff. I'm like closing my eyes and pictured him.
You
How
see him?
buff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, he had like the muscles right here.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's like, yo, what up, cat? You ready to go work? And I'm like, yeah. So I didn't give a shit. He was giving me like $1,000 a week,
Oh
which
crap.
that's not a lot of money
For New York.
in New
Yeah.
York.
Right.
That's like 725.
Yeah.
And so after I worked for him and he trusted me, like 2 weeks, he he uh he had his wife, so those rich people in New York, in the summer they go to Florida.
Yes.
And so
Yep.
I mean, not in the summer, in the winter
In the
they go to
winter.
Florida. They go
Yeah.
to Florida. So his wife and kids were going to Florida, and he's like, you can stay here in the winter and rent my basement out.
Nice.
So that's what I did. But then I ended up going to some studios, and I met Vivica Fox's personal clothes designer, and he showed me around. And then after a while, he was like, Romeo, there's nothing for you here in New York. Like, you do country music. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
But when I was there, that's how I was able to get the sound that I have now. Because on the weekends, I would go to the ghettos, I would go to the hoods, and I would hear the music, like in the Bronx. Like,
Yeah.
I always, like, because I lived in the Bronx.
You were taking all this shit in, bro. Right?
All of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some dudes out there that can sing better than
Yeah.
like Usher. Like, I
Right.
mean, like amazing guys. And so I grasped all that, and I was like, man, what if I could put that in country music?
Right.
And
Yeah, man.
so I came. That's when I left. I told Eddie, like, I'm leaving. I didn't have any money, and I think I had like $200, and I came down. I stopped in North Carolina. I don't know where, because my friend, she was married to a Marine, and she went to high school. We went to school together, my lifelong friend. And she was there, and she said, hey, stop. On your way down, stop. So you can stay here the night. We'll cook for you, get you all ready to go. And then you'll be ready to go. You can take off in the morning.
Yeah.
So I made it there, made it to where she's at. I parked at a Walmart because she lived on base. So I couldn't take my car.
Right.
So I parked at Walmart. She took me, I got to take a shower and stuff. And then on the way back to my car, I remember her crying, and she's like, I'm scared for you. I'm scared for you. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, what are you doing, bro? You're just on the streets. Like, you're gonna die, And I was like, I gotta catch this dream. Her name is Dana. I was like, I gotta catch this dream, Dana. Like there's, like, I gotta be hope for us. Like, I want to change the world. And she's like, you're so stupid. Like, but not in a,
Yeah,
not
not
in
in a
a
bad way.
bad
Yeah.
way, but she's like, you're
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
stupid. And I was like, I'm going to change the world. Like, you're going to see, like, the world's never seen somebody like me. Like, I'm going and I'm going to show the world that people like us from little towns like us, that we could do it too. And like, I was just so, I've always been like that. And she gave me $20 cash. That's all she had. And she's like, it's all I got in my purse. She's like, just be careful, man.
Yeah.
And she gave me a hug. And as I was leaving, she rolled down her window and she said, good luck, punk. I love you. And I was like, thanks. And I took off and I got here and I didn't know what the hell was going on. But I parked at this TA, which is so crazy because I was just passing by it not too long ago and that place is shut down. They're going to tear it down and build something, I guess. But I parked there the first night. I slept in my car and because I didn't have money for anything. And
You were
I
literally
went
broke at that time, brother. Just you, your car, and your clothes, right?
and my guitar.
And your
Yeah.
guitar. Yeah, man.
And I didn't have anything. I was laying in my car. So the truck drivers, they would throw their food away and I would wait till they walk a little bit and then I'd run out and I'd grab the food and I'd come back in. I don't like veggies, but so I would like throw the veggies out and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just started to, and like my burgers. Before that, I only liked meat and cheese in my burgers. That was it. But ever since that experience, now I like the mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup because that,
Yeah, man.
you just get used to, like, what are you
Hey,
gonna do?
hey, carnal, el hambre es mi cabrón, man. When you're hungry, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
And so like 2 days had gone by and I hadn't showered or nothing. And then like two more days passed and I was like, shit, man, like I felt like I was getting rosado and like I was
Yeah,
like,
man.
like
Yeah.
God. And I would walk the streets. I'd walk the streets like where people would play and I would go watch them and I would like, see what's up with the town. And then after like a week, ya no aguantaba. So it's funny because my friend Juan Hernandez, he's from Laredo. He called me. He's like, what's up, Romeo? Hi, man, what are you doing, bro? And I was like, I don't have time, but I'm homeless in my car in Nashville. I'm chasing a dream. And
Yeah.
he's like, eso chingon, whatever. And he's like, well, what do you need? And I was like, a shower, you know? So he's like, you know what, carnal? He's like, watcha, where you at? And I was like, I'm at the Loves. And he's like, 10-4. And he goes, go to the thing, put my phone number in. And I have chingos and points for showers.
Oh, that's
Use,
right, man. The drivers have
yeah,
credit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, I got chingos and points for drivers. So go there, you just put my number down and you can shower every day until you get
You get going.
you get
Yeah,
going. So
please.
that's how I was able to take a shower every day. I would use
Órale, güey.
his points. And then he's like, pues, ¿qué te falta o qué? And I was like, pues nada, güey, tragar, güey, tengo chingos de hambre. And so back then there was no Cash App, Venmo, none of that.
Right.
So he's like, pues, cáele al Walmart. And he would do the MoneyGram.
Yeah, the MoneyGrams.
Walmart
Yeah.
to Walmart. And he would send me what he could, like $50, $100, whatever, just to get me by. And then after about like the second week in my car, I was like, man, I need a job. Like I gotta get a job.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was like, I'm gonna get a job where there's food. So I could eat. So,
Yeah, munch on the job.
yeah. So I became a server at Chili's in Opry Mills Mall. But before that, I called my tia. Well, she's my cousin, but she's way, way older than me. So I call her
Right.
tia.
Right.
And she lives in Jonesboro, Arkansas, which is like 4 hours from Nashville. And I was like, tia, I have a job interview, on Monday. I was like, I just need a shower and like sleep, like get some real rest before
Yeah, man.
She's like, pues Kyle, mijo, come for the weekend. We'll get you here. So I was like, well, I don't have any money for gas. And
Right.
she's like, ahorita digo tu tío que va para el Western Union and we'll send you $40, $50 just so you could get here y te mandamos para atrás. So I
Right.
said, okay. So I go to the I go to the Kroger. Kroger is like our HEB.
Right.
So
Right.
I go to the Kroger. I get the $50. I put it in my gas tank, and I go to Arkansas, and I shower. I like for the weekend. I eat good. My tia's making me all this. Like it's amazing.
That's a toda
And
madre, right?
yeah, and then plus Monday comes. I had to my interview was at 10:30, so I had to leave like at 5 in the morning. So I drive back to my tia gives me money, and I drive back to I put gas and I drive back to Nashville. I drive back here. I have my interview. I got hired as a server, a waiter at Chili's.
Okay.
And back in my car though, I was like, shit. So uh uh I told my tia, don't tell my mom, don't tell my dad, I'm fine. Like don't tell like okay. Ay, mijo, whatever. So then I start there. I don't know if you know, but like in the restaurant industry, you can work, they call it doubles.
Yes.
So when you work doubles, you can work open to close, right? Well, I did doubles every day.
Damn,
And
brother.
and they were like, why are you doing this? Like my excuse was, oh, I'm Mexican. Like that's what we do. We
Yeah.
work, you know?
Right.
But the
Right.
but the truth was I'd rather be at work than in my car.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and at least I knew at work I was going to eat something that wasn't from a trash can.
Exactly, bro.
So after 16 weeks, 4 months in my car, I saved up all my money and I went on Craigslist and they have this, I don't know if I don't know if they have it anymore, but it was this thing called rooms for rent and where you can like rent a room in a random stranger's house.
Right.
And so I went to a few and it just didn't like it really didn't work. And then um I hit these one dudes up and I was like, "Hey, do y'all have like the room still available?" He's like, "Actually, we do. Can you come visit?" And I was in the parking lot. Where was I? I was in a parking lot of like a Home Depot, the Home Depot. And I was there and I was just waiting for these guys to message me back. And they messaged me back and they were like, yeah, bro, can you come right now? And I was like, shit, bet.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
yeah. I said, I'll be there in 30 minutes. And so I showed up. I met the two dudes and they were like, hey, man, they were also, one of them, they were also musicians.
Okay. Okay.
But they weren't trying to hit the big time like me. They were just like musicians, you know.
Yeah.
And the dude was like, "Man, you seem real cool, bro. Like, you know." He's like, "Where you living at right now?" And
Right there in my car, brother.
yeah, man, I'll never forget, man. I was like, "Man, I'm living in my car, bro."
Yeah.
And both the dudes, man, they didn't know me from Adam. And they were like, not anymore, man. You got a place here with us. And
Took you in, brother.
they helped me get all my shit off the car. They put it in the room. I didn't have anything. But I had the money saved up. So I gave them my deposit and my first month's rent. And that's all I had.
You were broke
So
again, huh?
it broke again, but that guy, he was so nice. He said, "Here, don't worry about here's $200 back. Go to Walmart and get you like an air mattress and get you some shit so you can
Yeah.
like don't worry about it. Like, you know, we got you.
Damn,
You're not
bro.
gonna." He's like, "You're not gonna sleep in your car anymore." And so I went to Walmart and I got like like a $60 air mattress, and I got like toothpaste and toothbrush and all that shit. Because before that, I was just brushing my teeth like, dude,
Yeah,
like,
porque le
you
hace,
know,
¿no? I mean,
I
yeah.
didn't have shit, you know, and
Por eso digo, carnal, people don't understand, right? And let me see the poster I got. This is your new. We'll talk about this. What's coming up?
Yeah,
Hot, man. This is going to be awesome, bro.
yeah,
And God has blessed you, but people don't know the sacrifice that goes behind. But one of the things, Romeo, that really hit me hard, man, was like, and I guess it's us for that. Most Mexicanos somos así to where we don't want our parents to worry, brother.
yeah,
You
yeah,
you managed to keep all this inside, bro, and your mom
yeah.
not have a clue, man, that you were
Nah,
struggling, ¿verdad?
nah. I never asked my parents for anything. They were like, "How you doing, Miko?" Oh man, mom, I'm in Nashville. Like everything's
Yeah,
great. Like they had no clue. They had no clue.
exactly,
They
bro.
because my you kidding me? My parents would have driven to Nashville and picked me up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. But
So,
it's that pride and drive that you had, bro. A lot of
well,
pride, a lot of
yeah,
drive.
yeah. I just, you know, go. I don't want my family to take this the wrong way, but you know, I come from a long line of losers, man, and and you don't dream big, and you end up doing what your daddy did,
Yeah.
and you don't that like it's and I have family, man, even till today that laugh at me still. Like, wow, what the hell is this guy thinking? You're never
Yeah.
gonna make it, bro. What are you doing? And so that keeps me going. Like, I got family members that be like, "She's this dreamer, bro. Like, you're not gonna get nowhere. Ponte a trabajar, lo que debe de ser, all that."
And
And
unfortunately, Vato, in our culture, man, it's very common for our own raza to do that, and especially family, no. Or the other thing, man, is the la envidia. After a while, when you do
yeah,
make it, he
yeah,
thinks he's
boys,
all that.
yeah, yeah. See, so now when I go home. They're like, "What's up, Hollywood? What's all Mr.
Exactly.
Nashville?"
Right.
And but I kept going, and I never, I, ne- I never worried about like, of course like the famous and the rich, but for me it was always just like the dream, like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
passion, like because I believe in I believe this, and I tell this to my nieces and my nephews. I try to even tell it to my brother and my mom, like everybody around me. I always like this is why I do what I do, and I never stop, is because I tell them one day our life is in a flash before our eyes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need we need to make sure it's worth watching. And I always tell them, like, when we die, on our tombstone, there is the day you were born and the day you die. In between those two dates, there's a little small dash. What'd you do with your dash?
There you go, man.
And so that's why I keep, like, I just go, and it's still not easy, but I've come a hell of a long way than where I
Hell
was.
yeah. Hell yeah, man. Oh yeah, brother. The other thing too, man, before we jump on to our next chapter, man, is it's funny. I know it's crazy to say this, man, but still, the way you were blessed in certain way, because you look at New York, how that man out of the blue, brother, came out, offered you to
Yeah.
take you in, right? And
Bruce.
yes, man. And then you picked up work, brother. On your way home, you had your friend, your longtime friend, take you in for the day, feed you, give you a little bit of money, and then your homie hooked you up with the showers, everything else, bro.
Yeah.
And then the folks that took you in too, man, to give you that room. It's like, man, it's hard to explain, but for me, it's even though it's been rough, brother. You've been blessed with certain great people, man, to kind
Yeah.
of help
And
you know.
that's God, man.
Yeah, bro.
Because, it's like I feel like even though it was hard, it's still hard. Like, God never left me. Like, and I always looked at it like, even when times were tough, when I was living in my car and eating out of a garbage can and all that, like, I was like, "Hey man, you brought me here. Like, I know you
Yeah.
got me."
Yep.
And
Yep.
I always tell myself, like, I can't have a testimony without the test.
Yes.
you know
Yes.
so I yeah, man, I God's always had me. Um and then I had to go back into my car after that, because the guy who owned the house. So those two guys were renting the house.
Okay.
And the way they were paying for the rent was renting out rooms.
Right.
But the guy ended up he was going to turn the house into an Airbnb.
Okay.
So we had to get out. And I was like, shit, here we go again. Like,
Right.
Well, I was in my car. Well, then my brother calls me because my dad, my brother, and me, all three of us were in the Army.
Okay.
And so he's like, Romeo, he's like, Carnal, go to the VA, tell them that you're homeless and shit. And there's maybe they can put you up in a hotel or something. So I was like, okay. So I went, and then they made me I was literally homeless, like, again. And they ended up putting me in this veterans homeless program. And so, like, that day, like, they didn't waste no time, literally dropped everything they were doing. And they were like, we have a homeless veteran. He's not going to spend another day on the damn streets. Like,
wow.
So they that night they put me in this there's this place called Matthew 25. And so basically it's a homeless program for homeless, like, vets and stuff. But that place, it's like a college dorm, like barracks. Like, it's a big building, huge building. And it's two single wide beds. One side is yours and the other side is whoever you end up with. And so they feed you and stuff, but they don't want you there. So they want you to get out. So basically you have to look for a job. If you leave, when you get back, you're automatically, you can't drink, you can't do anything when you're there. So you're subject to a breathalyzer test and a urine test as soon as you get back.
Gotcha.
And there's chores you have to clean, and it's a program.
Yeah.
And so usually the guys are there, they're older, they stay there, you're like, as long as the max. But I was like, hell no. Like, I'm not going to be here. Like, I want out.
Yeah.
So, and I had a car. Those guys didn't have a car.
Right.
Because my dad, he was helping me pay my car because I had like a Nissan Sentra. It was like $200 a month. So my dad was covering my car. And so I ended up getting a job I ended up leaving Chili's and getting a job at Outback Steakhouse.
Okay.
And so when you're in that program, you have to you can't have your own bank account. You have to have a bank account there with them.
Okay.
And they put your money away, and they want you to get out of there. So once you reach a certain, minimum, people are there 7 months minimum, and then longer. Bro, I was out of there in 6 weeks.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was like, I was hustling. And I finally found my own apartment, and which is the one I'm in now. I've been here for 4 years.
That's awesome.
But I've been in Nashville for like 6-7 years, but I've been in those 2 years where the struggle, like, it's still a struggle, but the homelessness and all the program, but I was finally able to get out. And so if you think about it, I went from my car, and now where I live downtown Nashville, Tennessee,
which is prime. Yeah, man.
Prime. So man,
that's great, man. That's great. So through all that, man, and that's a great story, and hopefully everybody took a good lesson from that, man, from your struggles, brother. From all that to this now, Romeo, you had a tremendous release, a song called "Over," man. Uh,
Over.
eh, yeah, brother. And let me tell you, man, the production on that thing, your vocals, amazing, man. You could tell it's Nashville 100%, brother. It's
Yeah.
there, that sound, man. It's the
Yeah.
song did very well, brother. I love it, dude. I love that song, man. But now you're on to a new project, brother.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. I heard a little snippet of it, bro. It hooked me right away, and I think this is gonna do awesome, bro. So
I
the
hope so.
cover, the cover's right here, man. Cowboy and boots, and you're collaborating with none other than DJ Kane, no, bro?
Yeah, yeah, man. DJ Kane, he's the king. He's the king of cumbia.
That's right, brother.
Uh, yeah, man. It's that story in itself is crazy. We record, dude. Let me tell you. I don't know if a lot of no, I don't think just my inner circle knows this, but we recorded Cowboy in the Boots during COVID. Yeah,
That's a couple of
and
years ago, man. Yeah.
yeah, it was COVID happened in March. Like the complete shutdown happened in
Yes,
March
March. Right. Shutdown.
and shutdown. And I was here and I was like, shit, like this is a perfect time to like do music,
Yeah. Start writing and
Because
stuff.
I told myself like the world is never gonna shut down. Like the world stopped. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, the never again in my lifetime will I see the world stop like it has.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was in we already had the song and but it wasn't what you hear today. It was not that. But I was like, man, that like DJ Kane, he was always in my head. And everybody was on social media a lot because that was a way to get like keep it out there or whatever. So when the world shut down, I was working at uh Cheddar's and was it happened like nothing was going on really. And I'll tell you what, man, COVID was the best thing that ever happened to me. Um but so I reached out to DJ King on Instagram and I was like, I have this song and like, I really love for you to be part of it. I sent him a message like this long. I
Oh,
was like,
oh,
I
hey,
was
brother.
like,
But let's explain why, so everybody can know. You were telling me, man, that you're a big DJ King fan, man, going back to
oh
when the
yeah,
Cumbia Kings originated.
oh
No,
my
brother.
God, yeah, dude, he's my like, yeah, dude. So he was just like one of my idols, he still is,
Yeah.
but like, but I was like. Remember telling my mom like I'm gonna meet him one day, and she's like, "Yeah, mijo, of course you can meet him." And um, he's just it was just I don't know. I never in a million years thought like
Surreal, kind of surreal for you, man. So
yeah.
you send him this big ass message, and then what happens from there, bro?
Yeah, I sent this long one, like this long. I was like, I'm your biggest fan. Like, I have this song and I would love for you to be a part of it. I don't know. It could have been this long, but I made it this long. And he messaged me back and I started off like this. I said, I know you will probably never see this message, but if you do, my name is Romeo, whatever. So that happened. And then he messaged me back and he was real short. He said, send me the song. If I like it, I'll hit you back up. If I don't like it, you won't hear from me.
Damn, to the
Like
point,
that.
brother. Yeah.
That's it. I was just excited that he messaged me.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
And I remember going screaming down the hallway, "Oh my God, DJ Kane messaged me back!" And nobody knew what the hell I was talking about. But um, so I sent him the song, and that day, that same day, not even an hour later, he messaged back. He's like, "Bro, this song is fire." He's like, just the way he talks, I can't even explain. Just the way
Yeah. Yeah.
he's from Brooklyn, so he's like,
Yeah.
he's from Brooklyn. He has
It's
that
hot.
Brooklyn,
It's
like,
authentic, bro. It's authentic
yeah,
accent, and yeah.
yeah. So I was like, hell yeah. So he's like, I was like, I'm gonna talk to my producer, and my producer really wasn't really doing anything at the time because there was nobody was like
No había nada. Yeah.
yeah, so I was like, dude, we gotta do this record. Well, obviously DJ Kane wasn't free, so I was like, all my friends went home,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I did not go home. I stayed the entire COVID here, and my friends were like, "I'm going home, bro. Screw this. Like, I'm like, we're musicians, and
Yeah.
if I'm not doing music, but being me, yo soy raza, like."
Yeah.
And then everything I've been, and I told myself, if I go home, I'm never coming back. I
Yeah.
already
That's
know it.
right. That's
Like
right.
I already know what time it is. So me
Yeah.
hice fuerte, and I was like, well, Amazon was hiring. Chingos, Amazon was hiring. So I applied online at Amazon, and uh, I went to they had like those fairs, job fair, hire fairs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Job fair.
So so I went there. Uh, they interviewed me and they hired me. Then I did the drug test. I passed the drug test, and then they were like, "Show up here at this spot." So I went there, and man, that was the hardest job I've ever had in my
Eh,
life.
Es chamba,
And
brother. Es
dude,
chamba.
neta, carnal, no, hombre, llegaba ahí and they would say, "We have 50,000 packages we gotta get through." And they were tu pinche madre. Oh, I was like, shit.
Yeah.
But estaba el pinche Romeo en chingas, like, bum, bum, bum. But with that money, I was able to, I used, because we didn't have to pay rent or nothing because everything was shut down.
Yeah. That's right, man. That's right.
So all that money was just mine. So
Right.
I grabbed all that money that I made at Amazon, and I paid DJ Kane with it, and and then I flew him here, and then we found this hotel. They actually tore that hotel down.
Holy crap.
It's not even there anymore. We found this hotel, and I put DJ Kane in that hotel. Um, and we recorded the song in May of 2020. And when he got there, I was shaking. My producer was like, "What's wrong, Romeo?" I'm like, "You first of all,
You
you
don't
don't
know.
understand who this guy is. He shut the hell up and respect that you're in his presence." And so I had showed him some videos of him on YouTube, and he was like, "Oh my God, this
Yeah.
guy's voice is like he's a powerhouse."
Yep.
And I was like, "Just look at him, dude, the dude's a star, you
Yeah.
know?"
Yeah.
And uh so anyway, he shows up. We not well, I hadn't written the Spanish part yet. We came up with the Spanish part while we were in the studio.
So tell me a little
And
bit about it, Carnal, before we get into it. Tell us all a little bit about it, ¿verdad? Because this is going to air tomorrow night, Friday. We're going to
okay,
air it, brother. So the single's not going to come out yet, right? You're releasing it a week
no,
later. So
yeah,
can you give us tidbits as far as everybody what to expect, brother, on this song? I heard a little bit about it, but the way you sounded, you've got a lot coming into this thing, man.
yeah. So basically, we got to the studio. We had the song. She's the kind of girl you catch her. Like we had that, and then initially I had wanted him to just do this a Spanish part.
Okay.
That's all I wanted. And so we're in the studio, and then we're just there. It's just us three, because of the COVID stuff.
Yeah, yeah, man.
And so he's like, okay, and then so DJ King was like, man, he's like, I never been a part of a country song before, and I was like, he's like, I was like, well, I was like, you should be a part of this country song, and so he said, Romeo, you flew me all the way out here. You say I'm your idol, and all you're gonna do is let me sing a little piece of a song. And he was like, "Why don't I just do the half? Like we'll sing like the second half or whatever." And so right there, we brought the words up, like the lyrics. That I typed them out for him, and he learned the song. We jumped in the studio, and then we were like, man, we need a Spanish part. I was like, let's do it. So I started writing on the computer, like like the Spanish part. So I told my producer, I was like, look, I was like, we needs to go from the cowboy, like the beat, and then to like a reggaeton, like a do da do da do da do da. And he's like, he's a white boy from Milwaukee,
Yeah.
Wisconsin. He
You
doesn't
don't
know
know it.
what the hell's going on. So
Exactly.
I don't know how to do all that stuff, you know? So I was like, so he like grabs the drum machine and so he has like these keyboards or like whatever.
Yeah, the
And
pads.
yeah, and I'm like, he's like, what do you hear? So I was like, I'm like, do, da, do, da, do, da, do, da. I was like, do, da, do, da, do, da, do, da. I was like, and then we could put the guitar over it and then we could do this. And he's like, I was like, but I don't know how to play the stuff like that. But I hear do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, and do-do-do-do, and then he would play it and I was like, I was literally like, that's not the way it goes. I would hit his like I would literally like hit his hand. I was like,
Right.
that's not the way it goes. And so and then DJ was like, what if he's like we put some Cumbia King stuff in it. And so that's when he said, um Tengo insomnio, son las 3 en la mañana, and then he put in like, hello, mama, mama, quiero ser tu ta 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 ta, and it just all flow. It took us 3 days to record the whole song.
Well, yeah, brother. So you bringing in country with a splash of reggaeton into it, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Damn.
And then like there's you know how they do ad libs like ooh whatever,
Yes,
and
yes.
so I love it. Um. I was like, because there's a part that I wrote that says, Mami, quiero tocar mami, quiero sentir tus besos or whatever. And I was like, but DJ, I was like, I love it when you sing high. I want to hear that highness because that's the voice that I love. Like when he's saying, te quiero a ti, te quiero, like that highness.
Yes,
So
yes.
I was like, I want that in the song. Like I want to hear your voice. Like
Yeah.
that's the voice I love. So he ended up doing it like in the beginning of the Spanish part, he sings real high, and then he goes low, and then he goes high. Oh my God, I was crying like a baby in the studio, and
Dang, dude.
and then that on the ad libs, he's like, she don't want to fight and all this stuff. Um, he wasn't doing it right, and like I was like, that's not what I hear. And then my producer's like, who the F are you to tell this guy that
That he's doing it wrong.
like, who do you think you are? And I was like, I know, and so Jason, because that's his name. I said, Jason, I was like, um, can you go, she don't want to fight, like in your voice? And he's like, she don't want, like, he just did it perfect. And oh my God, he's
I
like,
said, that's it.
yeah, like he was like, just tell me he was literally so humble. He's like, tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it. He goes, I can do anything. And I was like, okay. I was like, I want you to do this. She don't want to fight. Right now, it's like, and then I want you to go, oh no, oh no, oh no. In your voice, cause not mine, cause I don't sing like that, but do,
Right.
oh no, oh no. And he was doing so he's looking at me and I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And he was following like my
Your
hands.
direction? Yeah, man.
And oh my God, it just everything I heard and my producer was like, do you want to just sit in this chair? And I was like, no, no. I was like, I'm not a producer. I just know his voice, what he could do,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I can't do it. So he listened and he nailed it. It's gonna be
So
awesome.
this is you pretty cool, man. This is you down to every little nitty gritty, as far as the
Yeah.
way you heard it in your head, no, bro?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Literally, like everything, even the talking, like, cause we talk in the song, like, he's like, Romeo, DJ, Kane, and like all this, and like I was like, it needs to go here, it needs to go there, and at the end is my favorite part, cause this is gonna be like our breakout song, at least we hope, and
Right.
so
Right.
I said, this is what I want us to do. It's like at the end when the music's going, I want to say, hey Romeo, let's do this one for the ladies, but like in your voice, now say, uh-huh, and then and then I was like, I'm gonna say, "Diles que ahora vengo," and then when I say that, you say, "Here he comes,"
Got it.
and then and then and I'll say this. So at the end, I say, he goes, "Yo, Romeo, let's do this one for the ladies," or something like that. And then I say, "Uh-huh," and then I say, "Diles que ahora vengo," and then he says, "Here he comes," and then I say, "Que no hay pa nadie ya," and he goes, "Uh-huh," and I go, "Let me find out." He goes, "Romeo, DJ Kane," and then when he says his name, I say, "The King," like that. And
Bad, dude. That is bad.
because he is the
Yeah.
king of cumbia.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely, man.
so he says DJ Kane, and I go the king, but like in the back, I don't know. My producer
Yeah.
put like
Yeah.
these, my producer put
Echo.
like these effects on it and stuff, and so it's like he goes Romeo DJ Kane. I go the king like that, and it's so cool. Like you just got to hear the song. It's just
Well,
amazing.
brother, I'm dying to hear it. Again, it's going to be on every digital platform, no, bro?
Yeah, it's gonna be on everywhere. I mean, I just got shout out to Symphonic. I signed a distro deal with Symphonic, and they're so amazing.
Nice.
Um, they're gonna put it on. I mean, every if I don't, the list is long, but I mean the main ones like iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify,
Spotify.
Amazon Music, Deezer, for my cricket people. I had cricket for a long time until recently, but um,
So it's going to be plastered everywhere, brother. How about social media,
everywhere.
carnal?
Social media.
For those that don't follow you, Romeo, would you mind sharing your handles, brother, for Facebook and
Yeah,
Instagram?
yeah. So I'm on. I'm real heavy on Instagram. Romeo Vaughn Music is where I'm at. And then Facebook, it's just Romeo Vaughn. You'll see. I got hacked not too long ago, so my June the 6th, I can actually change my name back. But I got hacked, and it was just they put Jeremy Ferrari. It's so weird.
Oh,
But
jeez.
but Romeo Vaughn on Facebook, on TikTok, it's Romeo Vaughn Music, and um, uh, I think Romeo 24 on Snapchat, but I never get on Snapchat. But
Yeah.
if you want to get like, if you really want to interact with me, Instagram is where I'm at every day, all day. Romeo Vaughn Music.
There
That's
it
where I'm
is.
at.
There it is. Make sure and get it too as soon as it comes out. When is the actual drop date, bro?
June the 7th
June 7th.
is
Okay.
is a song, and then the video will drop like 2-3 weeks later.
All right. Where, if you don't mind me asking you, dude, where'd you guys shoot the video at?
We shot the video in Nashville, so he went back home. He went back home and he went back in May when we shot the video. When we cut the song. By the time it got mixed and mastered, it was months. And then because we finished the entire record, we did the entire record.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, like I have my entire records. Over and Cowboy in the Boots are just singles. Um, so we have the entire record done. So
Damn. Okay.
um, so once we did the record, because it was COVID, we took advantage of it. So we
Heck yeah,
recorded the whole
man.
record. He came back in August of 2020, and we shot the video here in Nashville.
Nice, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's been a
So
long
what
time coming.
I was going to say, brother, so why did it take this long to all of a sudden June of 2023, right? Was it the planning? Was it the logistics of it, the whole thing that took a little bit longer to get it all?
The logistics. Um, it was the logistics, and I'll be honest with you, it's expensive to
Heck
put
yeah, man.
music
Hell yeah.
out, and
Yes.
um, you know, when it was hard to get back on track after COVID, just to
Right.
drop thousands of dollars on music when you had to get back on track with life,
Right.
you
Bills and
know,
shit, right? Yep.
bill, yeah, because they pile up, and so it was a long time. But I'll tell you this, man, God put a, I mean, my parents and a lot of, we've all put effort into this, me myself, but none of this would be possible. My girl really, really believes in me, man, and uh, she's the one making it all happen, and taking those big risks and believing in me. And
Well, I tell you what,
so,
carnal, you got another one right here, man. That's a
yeah,
believer, man, and a follower. Because the Matt respect of your drive, your talent, and it's great to have somebody from Santa Rosa, brother,
hell yeah,
knocking on doors in Nashville, Tennessee, brother. So I would ask everybody, all the listeners and watchers out there, to check out Romeo on his Instagram,
please.
Facebook, and so forth. Yeah, por favorcito. This is one of ours, folks. Santa Rosa Tx. Don't get no more than that. Más raza que
No,
eso, no.
man.
And
No,
not
hombre,
only
aquí
that, man.
estamos.
Yeah, not only that, but he's got a heck of a collaboration here coming on. So let's wait till it drops, and let's get it downloaded, man. Let's go to Apple Music, let's get a Spotify, and get the downloads, brother.
Yeah,
Any special
share,
shout
share.
outs? Yeah, brother, share. Here's the other thing too, man. We're this is going to drop tomorrow. We're going to be sharing. If you see it, not don't only like it, but share it as well. We're going to pass it along, because the more people that listen to the to Romeo's story and music, the better off we see. And then
Yeah.
wait in anticipation for that new song to come out.
Yeah, and I really mean a lot to me porque pues aquí estamos, raza, aquí estoy representando nuestra raza, enseñando al mundo que nosotros también podemos, ¿me entiendes? And pues un mexicano, un Mexican American, un chicano, como dice la raza de ahí del Valle, aquí en
Yeah,
Nashville
man.
representando, and because, enseñándoles que nosotros, we're not just cooks and landscapers and roofers, ¿me entiendes? So,
Eso.
y pues aquí respetando a la raza, enseñándoles que nosotros también podemos y pues echándole ganas y chambeando no hay más y pues, hey, when I make it, we all make it, raza, so help me out, man.
Let's go. Let's get it, man. Somos muchos y somos unidos. So the
A
better,
huevo.
the more, the better, ¿verdad?
Neta que sí.
And what a thing, man. We're tapping into a new genre, man. We've had other Latinos do it, man. So let's get Romeo up there, man. Especially
Yeah,
with this new
man,
song.
there hasn't been, there's a few, but, the biggest one that is Freddie Fender,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
he comes from the valley like me and, pues I want to keep his Freddie Fender alive. And, pues, I know he'd be so proud of us today, and so, funny story before we go, I'll tell you, before I came here, I went to visit Freddie Fender's grave in San Benito,
Oh wow.
and and I asked him, "Hey man, help me out, man. Like, keep watch over me." Y pues, el vato cumplido. He's been here with me, man. I play his songs all the time, man.
Yeah. In fact, Romeo, I saw you on a YouTube video, man. You were knocking it down. I want to say it was Jason Aldean's bar or something like that, man. You took an open mic like that. The crowd was really
No,
into it, brother.
no.
No,
It was Kid Rock's.
Ondale, Kid Rock's
So
bar.
there was an open mic. So there's a circuit in Nashville, and the main vato that hires everybody, he performs at Kid Rock's, like that's
Yeah.
and he invited me to introduce me to introduce me to Nashville, and he brought me up on stage, and I
Hell yeah, man. Tore it down, brother. Tore it
yeah,
down.
yeah.
But here we go, man. Be looking for it, man. New single out, Romeo Vaughn, DJ Kane bringing down the house. Let's
Come
get it
on.
downloaded. Let's get it downloaded. Let's make sure and follow on social media too. I'm more sure Romeo's going to be doing a lot of posts coming out after the release.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Romeo, muchísimas gracias, carnal, for joining
No,
the show.
neta. Gracias
Te
por
agradezco,
tenerme.
carnal.
Igual, igual. Te cuidas. Dios me los bendiga. And
Yes,
also, I
sir.
just want to say, before I go, I always say this: keep your head up, keep, stay in your lane, and always have your passion, but never forget your compassion.
There you go, brother. Hey, one more thing, brother, before I let you go. I
Dale.
think this is big, man. Because we're talking about DJ, right? There's something you had shown me, brother. It's pretty special, man. That
Oh, yeah,
that he
yeah.
gave you, man. So would you mind sharing
Yeah.
that with the audience, man, with
Nah,
everybody?
nah. So we were there at his house, he was wearing this jacket, and I said, "Man, I love your jacket, bro. Shit, that's dope." And he took it off his back and he gave it to me. Look, yeah, he gave me this jacket right here.
Look at that, man.
Yeah, and he signed it right here. He put I don't know if you can see, but he put to Romeo, DJ King.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah. So shout out to DJ King, my guy. Uh, yeah, I'll keep this forever. I don't even want to wear it, to be honest. But I will.
That is pretty sick, brother. That is pretty
I'll do it
sick.
for a photo shoot for sure.
Oh, man, for sure, brother. Or maybe for your next video. No.
Yeah.
Pues, Romeo,
Yeah.
muchas gracias, carnal. Stay with me a little bit after we hang up here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining us. Again, Romeo Vaughn, get his new single out coming out here pretty soon with DJ Kane. We thank y'all. Have a good night.